Chris John for KaijuPop.com, and this is Iron Bond by Smiling Bag. Smiling Bag previously having bought you I Am Level, which was a really cool and free, I think, or it was free for a while, sort of Whizball meets Manic Miner style platform game. And this is their new one. It's not a Manic Miner style platform game. It's a puzzle thing. Basically, the idea is, I'm going to show a nice easy level so I don't completely screw up in front of you. The idea is that you've got to cause collisions between these particles, these atoms, ions. I don't know. I don't want to, I wasn't paying attention in chemistry class or whatever. The idea is you want every particle of a like color to collide with one another, and obviously, they're polarized, so positive gets attracted to negative and repels away from things of the same polarity. And so what you want to do is cause a bunch of collisions and at the same time collect these three grey dots, which are neutrinos. And if you collect them like that, and then you navigate him around here, and then you realise you've screwed this up a little bit, because it's not going to go back. There you go. Like that, like that, like that. And, well, we've missed one, but never mind. I've already done this bit, so it doesn't really matter. You have to draw, you just draw a line between two different particles, and that sort of creates a kind of a bond between them that is either attractive or not repulsive, I suppose. And once the bond's been made, you can swipe through it to get rid of it. So I can bring those two together because they'll attract to one another, they just won't collide. And then like that. Pretty simple. All good and perfect. But it does get a little bit trickier as you might expect later on, so let's cut out of here. There's kind of an unlock system based on how many of the little extra things you can collect. So I've collected about half of them, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner, and each chapter opens up based on how many of those neutrinos you get. So there's occasionally, so far I've had to go back and do a couple of levels again, so that I could unlock chapter 5, but usually it is just, hey, if you can move through and collect one or two here or there, it's you'll be able to advance. And so let's see if show you the one I've been doing right now, which I think is this one. Yeah, so now it gets all kinds of confusing. The black areas I can't make a connection to, so that gets instantly cancelled. The little prickly things will destroy any particle that they come across, and there are some particles which aren't charged yet, so although the grey ones, they don't matter, that blue one there I have to cause a collision with, but it doesn't have a charge yet, so you kind of have to navigate the particles that do have a charge about the place in kind of a bid to will things to go your way. So if I connect these two here, then that brings that negative one into play. And then I can sort of wheel you in there, I guess, and then push that away. Oh, but that's a stupid idea, because if I did that, that would destroy that blue one. That's dense. I should send the blue one in to destroy the blue one. There we go. That was not smarter. But the problem is now I still need to get that blue over to that red one over to the red thing in the top right. I can't go through the black area, and yeah, I might have screwed myself, because if anything touches the black area, they get destroyed. So yeah, occasionally you get into these untenable situations. There's nothing I can do here except quit out, start again. So, or just skip it. So I inadvertently did there, never mind. So, actually I think I had done that one, I just hadn't collected any of the extra bits. So, yeah, I feel justified in skipping there. Yeah, so it's really, yeah, I mean, it's instantly understandable. It's that's a good thing, I suppose. That's kind of what you want from a puzzle game. There's always a problem with, I guess, pure puzzle games as opposed to twitchy ones, that eventually you might just get stuck, basically, and then not feel the will to continue. But that hasn't happened to me, I think mainly because, well, you're really gluey, and they completely stuck together here. That's never happened to me before. Yeah, I think, oh, because I've still got a bond between them. There we go, sever that. You're going to have more than one bond going at the same time. But I'm going to have to get that green up, aren't I? That, there, that, there, that, there. Do that, so then it becomes a green. But then what do? You need to get the red the other side of it and then repel it out. It's a tricky one, this, no mistake. But yeah, I mean, I like the fact that you can skip as many levels as you like, and in fact, I mean, I could just, had I gotten every single neutrino in every other chapter, I'd have, what, 30, 60, 90, 120, so I'd have more than enough to actually get to the sixth chapter by now, so I could just skip a plenty and be done with it, but then that would make me feel stupid. But yeah, I like the kind of gentle physics to it. There's almost kind of a billiards feel to the game. It reminds me in a weird way of the Pickford's game, which was magnetic billiards on iOS, which is really an amazing platform game that I urge you all to go and get. But yeah, it's all about sort of trickily managing some very subtle physics motion and what you do with things that are tied together, I think, which is quite clever. It's extremely bare bones presentation wise, as you've been able to see. I mean, it's hardly an particularly attractive game, apart from the little coloured swirls that happen. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of all about the experience and thinking, yeah, of what I should do with everything getting going here, because once I set things off, I'm wondering, I've got 3 positive greens but only 1 negative green, so yeah. I mean, the idea is everything has to collide, even things of like polarities, so you have to give something, if 2 particles have the same polarity, you've kind of got to give them enough momentum from somewhere that eventually they'll careen into each other, and then you screw up and then you die. But yeah, it's interesting. It's a good little game. It's perhaps isn't something that you have on your phone just to burn through in one afternoon, but something that you might have for a while and sort of get stuck on every now and then you think, oh, I remember that Iron Bond game that I dabbled with once before. I'm going to have a go at that again and see if I can beat it this time. And that's good. I'm not going to beat it this time though, am I? Oh dear, never mind. Time's nearly up, or quick, choose, go back, 1-1, do 1-1, do that, do the first level so that then you win. Yay, I did it. Chris Chan for KaijuPop.com. This is Iron Bond on iOS. It's only like $1, 100 yen or whatever. Well, are you cheap or something? It's also on Android and PC as well. It's alright, it's not bad. You might like it. Thanks for watching. Bye.